Backstage news about how USA Network feels about WWE's change in creative structure. Plus, we have an update on the RAW ratings as we head into Clash at the Castle this coming weekend. Plus, WWE and Amazon teaming up to battle counterfeiters. All this and more in today's WWE news. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of WWE. So let's start off talking about the latest regime change in WWE, that being Triple H heading up creative and talent relations. And how does USA Network feel about this? Well, in short, very happy. They feel very, very good, and I don't blame them. Now, it's largely been good times for WWE since Vince McMahon announced his retirement and the company was taken over by Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan as co-CEOs, but on screen, in terms of television, Triple H is now in charge of creative, serving as head of creative for the company. Not only is talent reportedly happier than they've been in a really long time, but business is actually looking good too, with attendance and ratings both on the rise for Raw and SmackDown respectively. So it only makes sense, of course, that USA Network, who of course is the broadcast partner for WWE Monday Night Raw, would be very happy with the changes going on in WWE as well. Now, according to a new report by Fightful Select, that being Sean Ross Sapp, sources within USA Network and NBC Universal are thrilled with the performance of Raw on USA. One source told Fightful that Raw's current numbers are more in line with what USA Network expected when WWE's deal was extended, though the source noted, of course, that they cut WWE quite a lot of slack with this because the pandemic had led to major change in expectations for the program. Which is, I think, ultimately fair. You have to remember, and Raw, and again, you tape it all the way back to sort of late 2018 when they signed that new extension with NBC Universal for Raw to be on USA Network. And heading into 2019, Raw was hitting around 2 million viewers, mostly. It was mostly over 2 million most of the time. Obviously, when the pandemic came in, things changed. People cut the cord when it came to cable. Raw was boring anyway, and it became really, really, really dull. And then gradually, it's just kind of eroded its audience to the point where it was earlier this year, where it was 1.6, 1.7, sometimes 1.5, 1.8 million viewers. I mean, the average was sort of 1.7 to 1.8 million viewers, and it kind of felt unfathomable, didn't it, that Raw could be so low in the ratings at that point, but that's really where Raw was. And USA Network wasn't thrilled about it, but as they mentioned, and as this report mentions, the pandemic changed everything when it came to the expectations for the show. Now, the source also told Fightful that even after the strong rating Raw pulled following SummerSlam, the show was not expected to draw similar numbers since. However, this hasn't been the case after a strong showing after SummerSlam and prior to SummerSlam with these changes in the WWE's corporate structure and creative structure. Raw has continued this momentum, posting more and more strong ratings. We'll talk about the ratings this week because, again, in comparison to earlier this year and last year, the ratings are actually really strong for Monday Night Raw, and the growth is continuing to grow. Meanwhile, a source at NBC Universal, which is the overall company for USA Network, of course, USA Network is just a subsidiary, easy for me to say, of NBC Universal. A source at NBC Universal, who is said to be keeping more up with wrestling more than most in the company, told Fightful they didn't expect the changes to Raw to be so drastic, but they're actually very pleased with the buzz the show has drawn, stating that it couldn't be ignored. The source also believed the numbers for SmackDown on Fox would also increase as well from the changes, though the ratings have yet to really reflect that. SmackDown on Fox has kind of remained the same. It's really been Monday Night Raw that has seen this post Triple H, or this new Triple H growth of him being in charge of creative and, of course, with new talent returning to the company. Now, on a whole, both USA Network and Universal are pleased with the direction WWE is currently heading in under Triple H, with one source describing Raw as appointment viewing and that the show has started to feel more natural than it was previously. Now, discussion about the show with USA Network has also reportedly increased in recent weeks. Sources also noted that the positive vibes are believed to have put WWE in an even stronger position regarding the company's next TV rights deal with USA when negotiations begin next year. And that really is the key aspect to all of this. Again, we're heading into negotiation season, and when you go into negotiation season, your product better be hot, or you better be drawing good ratings, or business better be good, essentially. And Raw Raw was always going to get picked up by NBC Universal again, and it will. Raw will stay on the USA Network. I am very, very sure. I'm sure that will be the case. But we could have been in a bit of a situation whereby, look, USA Network would have said, well, actually, the ratings aren't that great. Now, WWE could have pushed back to USA and said, who watches the USA Network anymore? The USA Network is not the top cable network it used to be. You know, their cable originals have dropped, and I don't even know if they're in the top 10 in terms of the bigger cable networks going around right now. If anything, they need WWE just as badly as WWE needs USA. And frankly, you know, they know WWE, there are other options out there, but they've been with USA Network for so long that, you know, it is better the devil you know, essentially. That could be the situation best to describe WWE and USA Network. Of course, for a period of time, they weren't on USA Network, they were on Spike TV, and frankly, I think they were happy when they went back to USA Network. So I expect them to stay on USA, Monday Night Raw that being, but WWE are now in a position, well, if they keep up this momentum, they'll be in a position where they'll be like, actually, Monday Night Raw is a little bit hot again. And because it's hot again, you've got to give us a lot of money. So Triple H certainly doing a good job when it comes to that. Now, speaking of the ratings for this week's Raw, again, another good episode of Monday Night Raw, it must be said, this week from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I know, again, I've spoke about the ratings increasing recently, but this is a real positive trend for WWE. It must be said, because more fans tuned in Monday night for Raw as the company gets ready for its Clash at the Castle event in Cardiff this coming weekend. WrestleNomics has shared viewership information for Raw, and the August 29 episode received 2.1 million viewers on average, which is up 5% from the previous week. Now, it must be said, you know, if you'd have picked someone up out of the blue and said 5 years ago you'd be celebrating 2.1 million viewers for Monday Night Raw, you would say, what's happened? Well, what happened in those 5 years was a global pandemic, and also the decline of television also, and a decline in quality when it comes to WWE, specifically Monday Night Raw. So now 2.1 million viewers on average for Monday Night Raw across 3 hours is nothing to be sniffed at. If anything, it's something to be celebrated by WWE, and that's exactly what is happening right now. For that program in 2022 to deliver 2.1 million viewers on average for, I mean, it was a go-home show, but just a random go-home show in August. That ain't bad. That is pretty actually damn good by Triple H and by WWE. Now, the key demographics saw even more of an uptick as Raw was watched by 770,000 viewers aged 18 to 49, which is up 7% from last week, resulting in a 0.58 18 to 49 rating, which again is really positive news for WWE and Monday Night Raw and Triple H. Whatever he is doing right now and the changes that he is making, they are working. It's irrefutable. The numbers are there. And I know that ratings and viewership doesn't matter as much in 2022, and there are different metrics, and with television, you've already got their money because they've already signed that contract, but in a medium that is declining, and on a program that's been declining for so long, and a program that's year upon year upon year upon year because of the same creative, the same bad booking decisions, and a boring show and a too long of a runtime, it slowly eroded its audience. And the fact that we're seeing week on week improvement and Monday Night Raw getting back not only up to 2 million viewers, but over 2 million viewers is a real positive for WWE. Now, Raw finished strong among cable originals in the 18 to 49 demographic and second overall in broadcast prime time. As I mentioned, Monday Night Raw emanated from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania this week. It included a special appearance by WWE Hall of Famer and Pittsburgh's own Kurt Angle. It also featured the likes of Sami Zayn, the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, the Usos, of course, the finals of the Women's Tag Team Championship tournament as well. And again, I thought it was another good episode. And as I just said, look, the numbers don't lie when it comes to Triple H and his booking of Monday Night Raw specifically in recent weeks. And can they keep up this momentum? Of course, we're heading into the fall. We're heading into, more importantly, the return of the NFL, which means the return of Monday Night Football. And once you start getting into Monday Night Football territory, WWE can be in some very difficult situations, but they have to deal with it every single year. The positive they have right now is that they've got momentum. They have momentum. Now, there are, I say it all the time, there are three things that tend to dominate cable television nowadays. It's live sport, it's cable news, and it's pro wrestling. Pro wrestling still is absolutely a draw, and if you've got a hit in terms of a TV show, that will do well too. Reality TV is involved in that, shall we say, as well, but that's basically cable news at this point. Reality TV and cable news is essentially the same thing nowadays, isn't it? So Will WWE drop off when it comes to the ratings and viewership when the NFL returns, Monday Night Football? Of course. They clearly will, especially for those first few Monday Night Football games. And as we head throughout the winter, that will just be the situation. It always is. But it pertains to WWE to continue to produce good television. If they continue to produce good television, people will still watch. And while they may not watch Raw live, they'll certainly DVR it, which counts as well when it comes to the ratings too. So that's what WWE and Triple H need to keep doing. And I think certainly, clearly, because people are tuning in live, they've won some fans back over that weren't watching before or weren't watching live. Now, how much of that good faith will continue when it comes to one bad booking decision, I don't know. Nevertheless, I think Triple H and WWE do need to be praised for that. And again, it's no mean feat, but it's no mean feat to continue what they've been doing. So credit to WWE and credit to Triple H. Let's talk about Amazon. Let's talk about WWE teaming up with Amazon. You're saying, is WWE and Amazon Prime? Is that going to happen? Is WWE getting involved in another streaming service? Well, no, they're teaming up, but not in the way that you may be thinking. WWE.com announced yesterday the company has teamed up with Amazon to battle counterfeiters on the Amazon store. According to the announcement, several independent sellers have been attempting to profit off creating replica WWE Championship bouts while using a false identity. The inauthentic listings have since been removed by Amazon, and the counterfeiters, who are based out of New Jersey, were charged with felony counterfeiting. This is serious stuff, folks. It said, quote, Amazon is the benchmark for collaboration with respect to brand infringement online, said WWE's Vice President of Intellectual Property, Matthew Winterroth. Official and licensed WWE products branded by RIP, that's our IP, not RIP like The Undertaker, our IP, are trusted by our fans around the world, and we go to great lengths to protect consumers from counterfeiters and other types of infringements. It's our hope that other companies look at Amazon's Counterfeit Crimes Unit as a model of how to partner with companies of any size to help combat this relentless threat. Amazon is committed to the authenticity of products in our store and protecting our customers from all form of counterfeits, including those impacting fans of iconic entertainment brand WWE, said Kabaru Smith, director of Amazon's Counterfeit Crimes Unit. We will continue to work with WWE and Middlesex County law enforcement to bring these bad actors to justice. WWE's team utilized Amazon's Project Zero, which is an Amazon technology, easy for me to say, that allows brands to help detect counterfeit items listed in their stores. Amazon boasts that their Counterfeit Crimes Unit consists of former federal prosecutors and law enforcement agents. Amazon, along with Disney and Comcast, has been one of the several major properties that have been discussed as potential buyers for WWE. It's possible that this alliance could indicate more developments to come for the two companies. I'm not too sure if I buy completely into the end of that report saying that because WWE and Amazon work together there, that Amazon's going to buy WWE in the future. I just think that Amazon doesn't want to get sued. That's it. Because they could potentially be like a lawsuit away or a couple of lawsuits away going, this said it was WWE and it's not WWE, and WWE also wants to make that money. They could sue Amazon saying, why are you selling unlicensed products on there that are counterfeits and you're profiting on them, but WWE isn't, you're using this, and Amazon would push back and say, no, it's an independent seller, Amazon's not involved in this, but WWE could then say, yeah, but Amazon's the one selling it, it's their website, they get a cut of the profits, all this kind of stuff. So what's best to do here? Team up and take out the counterfeiters. That's essentially what they're looking to do, isn't it? So that's the latest when it comes to that. Again, I don't know if I buy too much into, that means that, Amazon's going to buy WWE. Certainly, they'll be one of the interested parties, I'm sure. But I don't think that is really what we're looking at here. Finally, Nikki Bella, she got married recently, and WWE is quite happy that there's lots of television specials discussing her marriage. Nikki Bella and her partner recently revealed they are married, and a 4-episode special series on E! Will be documenting all the festivities. According to PW Insider, WWE is very excited about the fact there is new Nikki Bella material being produced, and the company would love the engagement that has come with previous reality shows to continue. WWE reportedly sees how reality shows like Total Divas and Total Bellas have been given credit for opening up WWE to a new set of female fans. Even though Nikki Bella has stopped working as a full-time professional wrestler, she is still a very popular personality among the female WWE fans. Another reason the company sees this as a positive announcement. The upcoming series is named Nikki Says I Do and is set to showcase the wedding and likely the build-up, although no official details on exactly what people can expect has been released just yet. It is very likely the series will also feature her twin sister Brie Bella. Nikki and Artem, her partner, first met when they were paired up on Dancing with the Stars and were officially engaged back in 2019, having since had their first child together in 2021. Now, this is not the first time that a Bella wedding has been showcased on television. Brie's big day with Bryan Danielson was captured for Total Divas, while their mom's wedding to John Laurinaitis, remember him, was also highlighted during an episode of Total Bellas. Nikki and Artem's wedding took place in Paris, France, and was believed to have been with a small group of family and friends who attended. So there you go. Expect more Nikki Bella content in the future if that's your thing. It's not for me, but hey, not everything's for me. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on today's WWE news stories in the comment section below. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, plenty of stuff coming up in the coming days. Watch alongs for Clash at the Castle, maybe even All Out as well. So now is the time to subscribe. Anyway, guys, have a good one, and I'll speak with you again very soon. Peace.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.